I'm interested over the last 18 months or so, maybe we were at 20 months of this thing. A lot of people have talked about teammates and their staff, employees. People don't want to work anymore. It seems like from the surface that hasn't been an issue with you. What are you doing to retain talent when it appears from a headline, at least, and from, you're not a restaurant, but a lot of restaurants are struggling with this, a lot of hotels, right? It seems like you have an experienced business, though. If you really get down to the principle of it, is you're an experienced business. What are you doing to keep these people? And I know we just talked about family and training and all that stuff, but like, what is working for you in an experienced business where so many people are just like, screw it, I don't want to work, and all that jazz?
Yeah, there is not a once again, because people are different. Everyone is going to have its trigger element, and only when the leadership or the management is able to get to know the team do they know what is going to be important. I'll tell you right now, there are individuals in our team who are motivated by money. There are individuals in our team that are not motivated by money as long as their necessities are taken care of. But they do like when Eddie or Rick come through the door and says, hey, let me have your keys. I'm going to fill up your gas tank for absolutely no reason, just because we can. Or let me have your keys. We're going to clean your cars. Or, hey, I noticed that you're coming up on your wedding anniversary. Here is a gift card just because. Or we always celebrate everyone's birthdays. Or we have our yearly company outing. We have gone to axe throwing. We have gone to Segway tours. We have gone to special dinners. We operate our little store. There's only 17 of us there among those stores, but we operate as if we were an Amazon, a Facebook, or a Ford Motor Company. Why not? We treat them special because they are special. We treat them differently because they are different, and they seem to be, the majority of the time, that seems to have been the foundation, the genesis for our retention to take place. Rick and I sit down with our team, and individually, we figured out how we teach them about money. We have a simple IRA program in our store. Why not? That we match to 3%. So we teach them about money. We sit down with them. If they have a problem with an interview, hey, Eddie, I'm coming up I'm trying to get into this program at school. Can you help me with my interview that we have coming up? And we go through some role playing as to what's going to happen in the interview, so they're ready for questions. We fix their mistakes on their resumes. Once again, the approach that we have to the team is what has kept them there, so that we address anyone else coming from the outside, giving them an extra 25 cents an hour, and that individual leaving. Because they realize that when they leave, if they were to leave, it's only 25 cents, but everything else that they leave behind, that environment, is never going to be duplicated. We had one individual, a young man who is back with us, who decided that he was going to sell cars. Fantastic. I said, I want you to do this for me. I said, I've always wanted to sell cars myself. I think it's pretty exciting to sell cars, especially Jeeps. I love Jeeps. I said, I tell you what, more than likely, you're going to go through a huge training program. And if at all possible, let me buy you a cup of coffee, say 3 months from now. And I want you to walk me through that training program to see, because that training program is going to be pretty similar to what we are done here. The whole, relationship and the whole open-ended questions and listening more than we speak to our client base, so we can really get to know what they want and so on. I want to see if what we're doing, it's okay. Oh, okay, Eddie, sure, we'll do that. All right. To make a long story short, we never had that cup of coffee. He came right back. And he says, would I be able to get my job back? I'm like, what happened? I thought we were going to sell cars. He goes, well, it's the environment is not the same, and I like it here better. And if you guys would have me back, then that would be great. And of course we did. He was a great team member who just decided that he wanted to try something else. And who are we to tell him otherwise? And right back he went, and he benefited. He actually is like, you guys were really not that crazy. Part of selling cars has a lot to do with part of selling, whether it is next day air or how to talk to someone about having their logo design and listening to them. And I'm like, exactly. It's really not. It's not the same dog, different collar. It's almost the same collar, isn't it? So yeah. So it's that whole retention is what has definitely helped us because of how the team is approached. We have individuals that when they leave to go to school, they feel so bad. We had a young lady who left to Maryland to be back with her parents. And we picked up the phone. She was great. And we told the local UPS store owner, you will be silly not to hire this individual. And she's now the manager for 2 of the stores up there. And that UPS store owner thanked us profusely because Gabby, when she left us, and she landed in a great organization up there. And she was so upset to let us go. We don't have a problem people leaving us without giving us a heads up because they do not want to leave the team behind empty-handed. They don't give us 2 weeks. They give us 3 months so that we're able to ferment and get someone else to fill the hole that they're about to leave behind, and they leave very upset. And there's a party when they leave too. We celebrate that departure as well. So it's a cool place to work in our little store. Sometimes we think it's like, hey, if we were bigger, we could probably do so much better. But then we're like, wow, that's a fine line, because if we were bigger, will we be able to touch the same way each and every one of them as we do now? So it's a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But yeah, that's how we have stayed above the fray by putting those benefit packages together and treating people differently.